Doreen Granpepsheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Granpepsheh.
Dr. Granpepsheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpepsheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpepsheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen. But we did get this question that came in the night, and I think we're going to get more of these questions. It's a long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically this is a young person who is still living at home, but is an adult. I believe they said that they're 22 years old. But they say both of my parents are on the spectrum. My mother is diagnosed. My father refuses to be tested, but would be a shoo-in if he was, and that they are not on the spectrum. And they say, and rightly so, that there are zero resources for this situation, that it's rare, and that the resources are usually for, here's a neurotypical parent, and this is why little Bobby doesn't want to cuddle, and everything else, it doesn't address what they're talking about. The point of their question is that they want very much to connect with their parents, and they're having a hard time. They're still living at home. I sent it to you earlier, and I don't know if you had a chance to read through it, Dr. Granpepsheh, but they described several different circumstances that were traumatic for them when they were a child, because the parents are not able to take perspective. They are not very physically nurturing. Like sometimes she would like a hug. It's not in the mix. But at this point, she would just like to connect, and feels like what she does is goes to work, goes to school, and then is in her bedroom and doesn't have a way to connect with her parents. I will note that they said that they like to do the Harry Potter thing in their room. And so I'm sending them a big hug. My family has a very strong Harry Potter connection, as Dr. Granpepsheh knows. So I'd love to hear from you personally, Shannon at autism-live.com. But Dr. Granpepsheh, she says, what can I do to bridge the gap? I want to spend more time with my parents and socialize with them, and stop being so upset by the things that they do or don't do with completely innocent intentions. I wasn't in a place to do that as a child when I was reliant on them, but now I'm older. It will be a lot easier if I just get some pointers. I don't want to make things worse. What do you want to say to her?
First of all, this is my hug to you today. That's a very tough position to be in. For kudos to you for having figured out everything you have figured out, and for being where you are. I think there's all of us at some point in life as adults come to the conclusion that our parents are not all we had wanted them to be, dreamed they were, hoped they were. Sooner or later, once we become adults, we notice the frailties and the weaknesses of our parents. Now, noticing that on an earlier level is harder. The younger you are, the harder it is. But at some point, we all kind of accept that. And we do two things. One is we begin to build our own families and our own closer circles, let's say. And the second, well, we do three things, I guess. And the second one is we learn from the things that really upset us. We learn not to do for our own family. And the third thing is we establish different relationships with our parents, very different. Right? So it's not the relationship anymore where, they give to you the things that you want. It's more a relationship like friends, where perhaps you find things that are of interest to both of you, and then you pursue those things. When a parent-child relationship, the parent is mostly giving to the child. But a friendship is kind of both ways. And so I think with what you need to do is develop friendships, relationships, or your own family, and receive the things you need, the hugs and the love and so on from that group. Don't move your expectations from the parents to another group, because it is hard for them to, they probably have all the same feelings towards you, but they have a very hard time showing you, expressing you their interest, their love, and so on. The fact that they would rather play a video game does not mean that they don't have love towards you. It just means that that is a more prominent thing in their mind, in their brain, in their functioning. So hopefully, Harry Potter being a great one, hopefully there are maybe other similarities that you guys share and that you can build on those, but with different expectations, with expectations that you both will enjoy the time together. And I feel really sad because sometimes we carry with us expectations that we had in childhood that were not fulfilled. And it sounds like maybe there's some of that here. And if there is, my biggest recommendation to you is to find another source that will help you relieve those feelings and to experience the closeness and contact and love and hugs and all the things that are important to you in that new entity.
Yeah. I have a friend who has an expression that she uses all the time. She says, "Don't go to the hardware store looking for spaghetti and milk."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so hard because
It's very hard.
there are people that you want something from, and you keep going to the hardware store expecting that they're going to give you spaghetti and milk at some time.
Absolutely
But
right.
you can make the choice to go, "Oh, that's a hardware store, so I'm only going to go there for hammers and nails. And when I need spaghetti and milk, I'm going to go to the grocery store."
Right.
And find yourself a grocery store where it serves up what it is that you need. It doesn't mean that you never go to the hardware store, but you go to the hardware store for the things that a hardware store has.
Yeah.
And you kind of compartmentalize. It's hard. It's hard. But
Totally.
I'm sending you a hug because what a remarkable child that you're still willing. At 22, a lot of people go, I'm done. I didn't get what you wanted, what you gave me. So I'm out. But I love that you're still wanting to find a way to connect. That's a really remarkable thing. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.